I want to talk about salmon. Yeah, I eat quite a lot of it. Salmon farming apparently is being considered on land because there's a problem with salmon farming in water causing problems to wild Atlantic salmon. Joining me to discuss this is salmon expert Don Staniford, founder of Scottish Salmon Watch. Don, this I thought was fascinating in the Sunday Times. Britain eats £1.5 billion worth of farmed salmon a year, but this system is blighted by disease, pollution and daring escapees, and these escapees are infecting wild Atlantic salmon and making them less resilient, which is not a good thing.
Yeah, I think people don't realise that salmon that they see in supermarkets, which is mostly Scottish or Norwegian salmon, it doesn't leap up waterfalls onto the plates. It's crammed in factory battery cages in sea locks. And what we're reading in the Sunday Times today is a proposal or a development where salmon farming will take place on land, and some kings of wishful thinking that land-based salmon farming is an alternative. But really, this opens up another can of worms. It's even potentially more of a welfare nightmare. And really, there's no right way to do the wrong thing. We should not be farming salmon at all. These are the golden eagles, the albatross of the oceans, and we're cramming them in factory cages. You only have to look at the video footage from Animal Equality and go online at salmonmediahub.org to see the shocking levels of welfare abuse, disease, and environmental pollution.
It's very interesting you mention this, Don, because apparently last month 75,000 salmon escaped after Storm Amy ripped open one of the pens on a large salmon farm on Loch Linhay. I hope I've got the pronunciation right. And apparently what happens is that they go and engage with wild Atlantic salmon, and then effectively you water down the genes of these wild Atlantic salmons that are much hardier, and effectively this is not good from an environmental conservation point of view at all.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, the coffin on the head, really. Salmon farming kills wild fish. If you want to get all scientific, mass escapes can precipitate an extinction vortex in wild fish. That was a paper in the Royal Society of London. In very simple terms, you've got farm salmon escaping, and they interbreed and they spread genetic pollution. They're spreading their genes. So if you look at Scotland, you think Scotland has wild Atlantic salmon, but most of the salmon in Scotland is derived from Norwegian farm salmon, and we've actually got a new species. We've got Salmo domesticus, the farm salmon, rather than Salmo salar, the leaper up waterfalls.
So what is the answer? Are you saying that land-based, I guess, what are they going to do it in pools? Is that the idea, that they don't interfere in natural waters, Don, but they sort of do it in fish tanks or something? Is that the proposal?
Yeah, there's tanks on land in Iceland. That's the Sunday Times magazine article today. There's also a proposal for the island of Lewis in Scotland. Norwegian mountain salmon want to dig into a mountainside, and they describe it as like a Blofeld James Bond lair. Gosh. And that's exactly what salmon farming is. It's a welfare nightmare. It's an environmental pariah. And even if you're farming salmon on land, you've got huge environmental problems. The ecological footprint, we're still draining the world's oceans for wild fish to feed to farm salmon. We're using Antarctic krill. We're using soy from the rainforest. So however you slice it, the smoked salmon, the fresh salmon you see in Tesco and Sainsbury's, it all comes from factory battery farms. We should not be eating farm salmon. And whenever you go into a supermarket, have a look at the label. Turn it over. It'll say 15% fat. The Sunday Times about 10 years ago did an article about how farm salmon has more fat than pizza or bacon. It's not healthy. It's not good for consumer health. It's not good for environmental health. And these fish are dying in their cages. It's a welfare monstrosity. So please join the global boycott against Scottish salmon, against Norwegian salmon, and just don't support factory battery farming.
Thank you very much, Don. No sushi for me this week. Don Staniford there, a founder of Scottish Salmon Watch. Thank you for that. Really interesting to hear about the background and the damage being done there.